it's still so loud.
That was a long 2 weeks.
I could see in your eyes, you're just like, I'm going to do the silence thing. But then you didn't. Because as with
the first one,
the one a fortnight ago, we're in the same room. We've just spent 2 weeks.
We've spent 2 weeks.
Yeah. We've just been drinking more and more every day.
With naught but a bottle of Jack Daniels and Coke and Monster.
One bottle wouldn't last us 2 weeks, would it? It's unbelievable. We've ruined the illusion.
We've broken it. We're so sorry. So this fortnight, what shows are we talking about?
The Crown and the Tudors. A royal theme.
What's going to become apparent is I'm not a fan of the royal family. Which one do you want to start with?
Should we go with the one where you were excited that Sean Pertwee was in it?
Oh, for all of about 5 minutes. Not even that. I don't think he even made it to fucking minute 4.
He made it to the point that you went, oh, it's him. And I went, is he talking to Aidan Turner? And then neither of them appeared.
I wonder if Aidan Turner will because fucking Sean Pertwee's definitely not. Anyway, it's the Tudors. I just realised we haven't actually mentioned which show it is.
No, we said the Crown and the Tudors, and then...
What, is it up to everyone to know that Sean Pertwee isn't in the Crown? He might be in the Crown. We've only seen the first episode.
We don't know. It's the joy of only watching the first episode most of the time and never having seen the rest of it.
Would you like to very briefly just talk everyone through exactly what happened in the first episode of The Tudors?
I'd love to, but fuck if I know. Like, there was some stuff that happened. I just don't know what it was.
Who was who?
How long it took.
Why it happened.
Why Superman took so long to turn up. And why someone thought they could kill him with a sword. It's fucking Superman. You need a kryptonite spear.
Oh yeah, there was a whole bit with the sword. Forgot about that. So, Sean Pertwee.
But the bit where he was lying, like Henry Cavill's lying on the bed just going,
never mind.
Martha! And the Duke of Buckingham was standing over just like, why do you know that name?
Who's my mother's name? Who's my mother's name?
Duke of Buckingham is now from the West Country.
Arr.
It would explain the weirdly cutlass-shaped sword that he had.
I don't know what happened. I've got no idea what happened.
It's weird. Like, all I remember... so Sean Pertwee is an ambassador...
To Urbino.
To France. No, Italy. He's in Italy, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. He's assassinated by the French.
So he gets dead. And then they're just like, let's go to war. And then they go, nah. And some priests are like, we're ambassadors. And then, yeah, I didn't really follow the plot that well.
It was very confusing. It definitely...
It jumps around a lot and there's a lot of banging.
It definitely didn't make much of an effort to let you know who was who.
They let you know where they were.
But not
they were sort of like...
when they were.
I know. Which would be fine. I'd understand...
We've got a new Instagram live. We've legit in the break between episodes, we've set up an Instagram page, and I don't want to, blow our own trumpet, but we have gone quite literally viral.
Micro-viral.
Oh, that sounds disgusting.
But no, and I'm not even sure which Henry... Oh, Henry the... Oh no, this is Henry the VIII.
What? Is he Henry VIII?
Yeah. And I was just sort of like, I'm just watching you take a selfie.
It's not working.
Like, we're in the middle of discussing an important historical TV show.
It's not that important.
Oh my god. Will you just plug it in or unplug it? But, yeah, no, I didn't even realise it was Henry VIII, because the only other king that gets mentioned is Henry the Fifth.
Fifth.
And he's like,
no, he's Henry the Sixth, surely.
Well, no, it says here that he's Henry VIII.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'd say he's got some fucking eating to do, hasn't he?
That's why Anne Boleyn's an actual character. Because that's who Natalie Dormer's playing. Yeah.
Like, she'd be, if it wasn't Henry VIII, she'd be like
200 years old. Yeah, she'd be well old by the time that Henry VIII came along.
That's nice.
But and he's just like, I want to be an immortal king. I want everyone to remember me It's like, you're a fucking king.
You're going to be remembered anyway.
You're going to be in a list of kings.
Even fucking Ethelred was remembered, and he was remembered for being unready. I don't know what for, but he wasn't ready for it. So yeah, and then Henry shags. Oh, I've lost my page. Henry shags a load of people.
Everyone pretty much gets one of them pregnant. Not his wife though.
Who? If you can tell me who, I'll give you 50 quid here and now without looking at your computer screen.
Oh, it's Blunt. Someone Blunt.
James.
That's the kid's. That's going to be the kid's name. Yeah, it's something Blunt. I can't remember her first name, but it's the first one he bangs.
Motherfucker! I just realised. You know who Henry VIII is, didn't you? Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, who has appeared in the co-pilot's back catalogue as Dracula. He's Dracula! How did we not recognise him? Dracula, which was in my top 5 of last year.
Because we actually like Dracula.
True.
We pay more attention when we like a TV show.
That is very true. I'm sure that comes across. Because, as in the Saved by the Bell episode, I just seem to remember that was me going, this is a load of wank, isn't it?
That was the same episode we did fucking Entourage as well.
Don't. We're not allowed to speak that show's name. But Jurassic Park's in it, isn't he? I keep losing my place on my...
Jurassic Park? Who's Jurassic Park?
Sam Neill. I will refer to people...
by things that they've done.
By things they're in. So, Game of Thrones is being banged by Dracula, while Superman...
Game of Thrones isn't being banged yet.
Jurassic Park.
Don't forget the Being Human guy, who was in all of, like, the first minute.
No, he's not Being Human, he's Hobbit.
Yeah, but Being Human was better.
Basically, so then Henry goes, do you know what? Fuck you lot for killing my uncle. We're going to war with France. And Cardinal Wolsey, who's played by Jurassic Park, is like, nah, let's do it like a peaceful way. And he tries to propose a treaty of universal peace. So they basically try to set up the EU. Yeah. And you made it what's it called?
Observation?
Observation, thank you. It's fine, they'll set it up and then we'll leave it in 400 years.
Yeah, no, and then later on we were just like, oh, what if they just put in a clause that meant no one could ever leave?
Like, that would solve so many problems.
Yeah. But...
And then they would be like, oh, don't worry, we'll put loads of money into the NHS. And then people go, oh, that's a good idea. And then they'll go, we didn't mean it. And then, so Henry shags another girl, and then there's a tournament. They play fucking tennis!
But no, I'm just remember in like the first like 4 or 5 scenes that the king is in, he has sex with maybe 3 women and wears a shirt in one scene.
Why do you remember the fact that he was wearing a shirt?
Wow.
You've got to look at something on screen, I suppose.
Well, I mean, it's mostly...
Fucking hell. Richard just pouring me a drink. And it's about 3 shots of Jack Daniels.
Try to do it quietly. But no, it's only because I only remembered he was wearing a shirt. Because if he's Henry VIII, he shouldn't have abs.
That's what I said. He's got
He should have a crane to get him out of bed.
Thank you very much.
But no, it was...
So there's a tournament and there's some jousting and that's all a bunch of shit.
And no one dies. Apart from that one guy who got kind of messed up.
Sean Pertwee died?
Yeah, but no one dies in the jousting.
Oh, right, yeah. The Duke of Buckingham, isn't it? He's not happy. Is it him? Or is it Norfolk?
Oh, yeah, he's really not happy when Superman bangs his
daughter. That's it. Duke of Buckingham and the Duke of Norfolk conspiring against the king, aren't they? Because fuck me. One of them finds out the king is shagging his daughter, and he's not happy about it.
No, it's not the king. It's Superman's banging his daughter, and he's unhappy about that. And he goes to the king. And he's like, "What are you gonna do?" And like the king just goes, "Was it rape?"
You know what he did? He pulled a Weinstein.
Did she like it? If she liked it, there's no crime.
No, Rich, no. This isn't how it works.
But the king basically sort of goes, if she says it's rape, then that's a crime. If not, the door's a hoe.
Boys will be boys.
And girls will be constantly shat upon in this time.
You know her name's not Blunt, didn't you? It's Blount.
Close enough. They mention it like once in the show. I'm impressed that I paid enough attention to remember roughly what her name
I'd
was.
completely forgotten about that little story arc anyway. Also, it sort of ended on sort of nothing. It just sort of ended. Oh
yeah, because he's just like, the king finds out, like, the priest sort of goes, by the way, you might have got a girl pregnant. And then it's just like, cool. And like fade to black. Like, but is that the end of it? Also,
but
like,
right then you meet Anne Boleyn, don't you?
Yeah, like,
was she first wife then? Lisa would know. Lisa
I think she was.
well.
I think wasn't Anne Boleyn the one? No, one of them survived.
Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived.
Which one's Anne Boleyn though?
Divorced, beheaded, or survived? Probably not survived. If she's the first one, because he's not married, so she's got to be the first one. So divorced, so she gets away with it, and then beheaded, and then because there's something you can do with your knuckles, isn't it?
Crack 'em.
Divorced, beheaded, and then in the pit between the knuckles, you go divorced, beheaded, died, divorced, beheaded, survived. But there's no pattern there. That doesn't work.
No, that doesn't make sense. But
was it discovered that Anne Boleyn actually went off to a distant realm?
Anne Boleyn got
became
her marriage was
part of the realm?
annulled.
Yeah, divorced.
Yeah, and then probably fine.
Also, something that doesn't.
Oh no,
help.
executed.
Oh, okay.
Charges of adultery, incest, and treason. Ooh.
Perhaps she's not going to be the first one then. He marries someone else, I guess. How many of his wives can you name?
Anne Boleyn, Catherine of Aragon,
Jane Seymour.
Yep, I'm done.
That's me too. I've got no idea.
I mean, if you give me 1 second, I can name the rest of them.
Oh wait, hang on, Catherine of Aragon. Isn't that who he's married to right at the start?
Yeah, Spanish.
That's it. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we're good at this.
We know things.
And I'm drinking, so we are Tyrion Lannister.
That is a fair point.
And then I think we've basically gone over the whole plot of that episode, but it's taken us a long while to come to that conclusion because we had no idea who was who.
We did spend a lot of it sort of going, where's Superman? And then he turned up, and I was like, it was the tennis scene. It was like, there's Superman.
And we did spend a lot of it saying, stop banging people.
Yeah, because there's
Was
the
it
whole
3 people?
3 or 4, but not his wife. Even though his wife was like,
Go on.
excuse me, can you bang me? But in a much more oldie English sort of way, like, would you come and visit my bedchambers?
Doth mother know that you wear her drapes?
Oh, don't worry, guys, Meek's alright.
Excuse me, Shakespeare in the Park.
Oh, I accidentally stepped on him on the bridge.
Right, we keep talking about Thor.
There was something...
My name's Cork, I'm made out of rock. No need to worry, unless you're made of scissors.
Just little rock, paper, scissors jokes there for you. Oh, there was something else.
Piss off, ghost.
Oh, he's gone. I can't... There was something else that happened in the episode that I can't remember. We haven't talked about it, but I can't remember what it was.
Was it the bit where the Cardinal Wolsey was in the Jeep and he looked over to the other side and then he grabs his wife's head and then tilts it and then they see that they do move in herds.
Yeah, that's...
He's Jurassic
I
Park.
probably noticed that. You know, you notice like one of the cows has like a plastic pin in its ear.
Like the cows have earrings that the farmers used to identify them. One of the cows had that in the show.
Oh, that's what it was. When he promised, like, the thing that gave away the time jumps most of all was,
beard.
you know, the beard thing where he was like, I'm not going to shave my beard until we meet for our like treaty/European Union begins, sort of thing. And then, like 2 scenes later, he has a beard.
Well, it's not really a bit like not what you and I have got that would class as a beard.
But he's got like some stuff. There's something grow from like a clean, like a razor clean shave to there's some stuff growing on his face, and no one goes, "How do you grow beards so quickly?"
People ask me that all the time.
Oh, do they? You're just pulling faces. You've been doing it for like 2 or 3 minutes, just waiting until I break. And I have.
This Fez helps. As you can see, on the Co-Pilots podcast Instagram page that we just set up, which is the real Co-Pilots podcast, and there should be a picture of me in a Fez from actually a long while ago now, a couple of weeks. There might be other pictures. Not the one that I sent you.
No, that's not. We can't put that on Instagram. I mean, I could, but I'm not going to.
So do you think you're going to watch more of the Tudors?
No.
Good, me neither.
Because like
It's bollocks.
it jumps around so much, and I like Henry VIII is a really interesting that's a really interesting time in like monarchy, but
Is he in the middle of who? Have they ever done two episodes with him?
not that I can remember off the top of my head, but probably. But I feel like this show doesn't do that time period justice at all.
Well, not from the first episode. It does set up some interesting stuff, but I don't think any of the characters are...
The thing, it'd be easier to just, and also like because it's a dramatization, some of it's not going to be. I mean, a lot of like, yeah. I mean, I'm fine with like adjusting the story to sort of make it a bit more interesting, or like you can skip over a little bit of stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like they might just make stuff up.
It's all right for a bit of entertainment, I suppose.
Yeah, but I'm more interested in like the actual story,
Yeah.
like the historical story. So I would probably just read about it.
If you just heard a low rumble, it wasn't Richard's stomach. There's a tube train that's right underneath us.
Oh, if you've never noticed it in previous recordings, you're not going to notice it now.
Oh, that's true. I haven't actually thought of that.
I've recorded from here quite a lot, so it's probably fine.
I think that's it for the Tudors.
So, on to a more modern monarch.
Also, we have new Instagram thing. So, Scatterbrains podcast, like your post. Maybe we'll listen to that podcast.
There is potential for...
Definitely not shaking my head. No. The Crown. So this came out last year, was it?
Yes.
November the 4th, 2016. Look how close we are. It's been a year ago.
The whole season came out on November the 4th.
So
This was a lot better.
again follows the royals. It's not exactly historically accurate, I imagine, as with the what's that show called? Tudors.
What's that thing we were just talking about and watched maybe under an hour ago?
Anyway, Prince Philip, who's
Doctor Who.
played by Matt Smith, famous racist Prince Philip, is set to marry Princess Elizabeth, who is our queen. And this story, basically, I found this episode was about the relationship between.
George.
Well, it was more about King George, wasn't it? So we had the King's Speech a few years ago, and
I still haven't seen that.
it's quite good. It is
I feel
quite good.
like I might watch that now because like
I went and saw it at cinema. It was alright. It was weird because everyone started clapping at the end. I was like, spontaneous.
oh, I had that at the end of Attack of the Clones.
Fuck off! Did you?
Yeah, no, I was in America,
Oh, there you go.
and it was the Yoda fight, and everyone was like, "Yeah, go Yoda!" And it was just like, guy, they can't hear you. Also, Yoda's animated. He's not really
there.
He's not. The puppet's not doing that.
It's the same as Colin Firth. He's just a puppet.
That's true.
I texted my mum because my mum told me I should watch it, and I was like, "Mum, you hate the royal family?" She was like, "Yeah, but it's actually quite good." So I watched it on the train up here yesterday. And while I didn't entirely humanise the royal family because no one said anything bad about anyone else in the royal family, because I feel like if you did that on a TV show, that particular member of the royal family who's still alive would be like, "Who the fuck are you saying that for? That's not very nice." But
Also, that might be sort of more true to life that they don't badmouth each other because
not in public anyway.
Well, maybe not even in private, because there could be like a whole like, oh well, you said this and rah rah rah, and then treason.
That's true. But it didn't humanise him entirely for me. But I did start to empathise with him because there's parts where they're going through genuine like family troubles, like he's really ill, he's dying, and that sort of thing. And there's people surrounding them the entire time. And actually, it reminded me of Walking Dead. There's a scene where like they're driving through the countryside in a car, or they're on a train or something, and there's a whole gang of people that just mob the train track. And it really reminded me of
the scene, the thing that reminded me, not of The Walking Dead, but sort of showed like what it, I imagine it must be like. It's when she steps out of the car on her wedding day.
Yeah.
And it's just photographers outside. I imagine it's St Paul's Cathedral.
Yeah, should be.
I take a punt. That's a pretty good cathedral to get married in. But
we saw it yesterday. It's probably my favourite building in London. I do really like.
I really like the big shiny glass ones.
What, the Shard?
I like it.
I've been up. Have you been up it?
No.
It's like 25 quid to go up there.
I've stood at the bottom. Stood at the bottom and went, that's really tall.
What's the top?
I don't.
This is really tall.
Yes, I've had the same experience that you've had.
But you didn't have to pay 25 fucking quid for it.
Yeah, exactly.
But he's really good. Matt Smith. He's very good at doing the Prince Philip sort of lean over, hunch and stare that he's become famous for.
And what's her name?
Claire Foy?
Yeah.
She's very good as a queen. Like, her voice is like bring it spot on. Guy who plays King George. Is he Major Sholto from Sherlock? I feel like he is.
Possible.
I might be completely wrong, but I thought he played that very well because it very subtly was like mainstream entertainment audience, which is what I was trying to watch it as. I know that because of the King's Speech, the King had a speech impediment, and I thought, is it this guy? And he gave it a very slight sort of stammer and sort of softened his arse a little bit. It was a bit Jonathan Ross. So I think that's how I knew it was him. But is it Major Sholto?
What, from the Sherlock Holmes film?
Sherlock.
Game of Shadows?
No, from Sherlock. With Cumberbatch. In the wedding episode.
He's been in so many things. Oh, television. That makes it easier. No.
Was he not? I really thought he was. I thought he looked like him. We've had more Instagram activity, by the way.
Oh, that's fine. I mean, I was going to look at after the podcast, you know, that... Oh, no, I closed the thing. Yeah, basically...
Why keep it professional? Why bother?
I mean, yeah, to be fair, we've sort of given up on the whole professional thing. Where we were just like, oh, yes, we just bring in the Jack Daniels, it'll be fine.
It's working for me, anyway. But yeah, so this episode, it sort of sets up... without anyone saying it, it's everyone setting up for the king to die and for Elizabeth
to become queen,
her coronation.
Because the sort of the closing scene is her sitting at her dad's desk with all of like his files and stuff, and that random box that just says "the king,"
and she's like, "I'm going to say the queen pretty soon."
Yeah.
But no,
and also,
I did really enjoy it.
It sort of shows that like there's like that most of the royal family don't really like Prince Philip. Because it opens with him being announced the Duke of Edinburgh. Yeah. And then... But then at the wedding, there's like...
Well, no. The whole point is he was it Prince of Greece and Denmark? He's renouncing his royal title in order to marry her. Yeah. So that's it. He's been stripped of it, pretty much.
Yeah, and at some point, he's having a cigarette in like Buckingham Palace, which in my head is insane.
I reckon the Queen smokes.
And he's just sat there like having a cigarette, and she's just like, "You know how much I hate that." And he's just like, "Oh well, I mean, I've given up enough for you."
You fucking dick.
But
also, weird to see Prince Charles as a boy. That's very weird.
Yeah, because all my life he's been an old man.
Well, the same as Philip, really. That's why is it like Matt Smith has got that sort of hunch of, hello, yes, jolly good. You know the cheeses?
Yeah, it's weird because I still see Matt Smith as just the Doctor. Like this is the Doctor who's just stuck and gone, fuck. I guess I'll just make the best of it.
I think because David Tennant managed it, like he played the Doctor for however many years it was, but now I've seen him in other stuff, and I'm like, he's not really Doctor Who anymore. And I think Matt Smith is starting to get there now, because with this, I was like, it doesn't even look like the Doctor to me.
Well, he had a deleted scene in Bruges.
He did. He was Harry.
Young Harry, yeah.
He went in and cut off the guy's head.
Yeah. Which was really weird. I was like, the Doctor's a bit bad.
Mm. God, I remember that. I haven't watched that in ages, that film.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Also, John Lithgow as
Winston
Churchill. I mean, Churchill's a bit of a hero.
When he's walking into like the church, he just goes, "Oh, we're the last ones," and then they all like he gets like a standing like choral sort of like entrance, like theme music from the WWE, but all a bit more Christian. And then
and his name was Winston Churchill.
And then he sits down, and someone else is just sort of like, "Oh yeah, but he's the current prime minister is sat over there." No one stood up for him.
Attlee, is it?
Yeah,
Attlee?
I think so.
We should know that.
But the thing,
our country.
It's weird because this is not so distant history. Like this is sort of the late. It's like starts in 47. I think.
Some of the people who this show is about are still alive. Like the Queen, Philip, Charles. They're all still alive. Anne, is Anne in it? Margaret? Oh,
no, Margaret's in it. They mention, because Elizabeth goes for dinner with them, and Philip's just like, nah.
That's it. But
they're getting sent on like the royal tour and stuff.
So he's preparing her to take over. So it did genuinely make me consider things about the royal family that I never had before, because I've always had the opinion of like, how do you become a monarch? You either are born into it, or you kill the last guy who was in charge of that part of land. And that's never really been something I've been behind, unless it's in Game of Thrones. But it did make me think, she didn't ask to be put in that position. That's
the thing.
I've never really considered.
My sort of way of thinking, I'm sort of like, it's a bit sort of like an old timey system, but it's like a pretty sort of interesting system to have, because we've got the whole like, we've got a king. A queen. We have a queen, but we also have like a democracy where we just vote people in. So who fucking knows what system we have? It's like a bit of a hodgepodge of but this was I really enjoyed. When I was going into it, I was like, I don't think I'm going to enjoy either of these shows. But this is possibly one of the better shows that we've watched. Like this year's been a strong year for watching TV shows.
The other thing I thought about this is, I always find if the camera work is exceptional, it's a good show generally. And with this, I thought it's actually to the point it's cinematic. What
I like is that this, I watched, it was on the Graham Norton show a couple of weeks ago. It was Claire Foy talking about something. Probably this. But she's only doing like
the next
2 or 3 seasons of it.
Yeah, but
and then it's a new actress who comes in to take over the role.
I can't remember who it is, because they announced it recently, didn't they, about who it was or whatever. But
which means this is probably going to come up to sort of like closer and closer to modern day, and like it'll be interesting starting to see some of the stuff that happens. But I didn't even realise that Winston Churchill, when he became Prime Minister for the second time, was 80 something.
No, I didn't know that either.
And it was just like, Jesus.
But you definitely got the sense that he feels like it's his country. He earned the right to call himself, say this is my country, because he did, lead the war. Actually, Southwark Park is the military base that I used to do the grounds on. Like I used to work on the, cutting the grass and picking up leaves, all that sort of gubbins and shit like that. It was in Southwark House, which is one of the buildings there, where I used to cut the grass outside of, that he and other members of like the military, all that sort of thing, they came up with the plans for D-Day in that house. Yeah. So that was pretty fucking
cool.
Well,
there's war tunnels in Dover, because you were down in Sussex quite fairly recently.
Was I?
You went on holiday.
Oh yeah, I went on holiday.
That's in Sussex. You could have gone along to Dover. It's like an hour and a half the other way. And there's all like the war tunnels and stuff, and it's really interesting. Like I really like sort of that World War II history. For my birthday a couple of weeks ago, I went to the Imperial War Museum. It's free.
Oh, fuck it. Why not?
Like we're just wandering. I'm not allowed to take rum in, apparently. So I found out when I got to the door, and they were like, "We're gonna have to take that out of your bag." And I was like, "But my rum."
Did you get it back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
At the end, the woman was trying to direct me to the exit, just go, "The exit's over there," and I was like, "Yeah, but my rum." She was like, "What?" And I was like, "Well, when I came in, you took a bottle of rum, and I kind of want it back." You said all I had to do was come to security and you give it back. And she was like, "Oh, okay." There
If
was
you're
another guy just
smuggling
like,
rum, that makes you a pirate.
but there was another guy who was just like, "I mean, we were looking after your rum, just like a small donation of like a tenner," and I was like, "I don't know."
No, it's my bottle of rum you got. That's what's happened.
But like he kept going. He was going for like 5 minutes while there's like when we went off to get my rum. And I was like, "You've been going on for 5 minutes. Like, give me some money." And I'm like, you initially said it, and I was like, "Oh, maybe when I get the rum back, I might throw a couple quid in." But you've spent 5 minutes going, "Give me your fucking money," and no. He actually cost them money because I was like, I mean, it was an interesting museum. Admittedly,
and you would have done had he not fucking aggravated you for fucking guarding your rum.
Which he didn't, because the rum's in a different room. But no, I'm definitely going to watch more of this.
Yeah.
Because I'm interested, because it seems like Philip and George don't get along. And it seems like
not entirely. Like,
it seems like Philip's
not
not fully up for like the whole giving up his life to just be her other half.
As because when she says, "Oh, we're going on the royal tour," he's like, "What about the kids? What about just fucking staying here?" So, no, that's a good point.
And then they have the whole like chat, like they have a chat, and he's just like, "She is your job," and it's just like, but can you imagine? Because he's like quite a, at this point, like in the first episode, he's quite a decorated like Navy officer, and can you imagine just giving up your career just to be someone's husband?
It does make you wonder, like, how sort of true it was. Like, did he really feel that sort of like put out, the fact that he had to do that? But I don't know. But I think the thing
I'd feel put out if someone just went, "Oh, your job now is just your husband."
Yeah.
Like you're just almost because the way it sounds is like you're there to be paraded around, and like you're gonna go visit the Commonwealth and just you're gonna shake some hands and that's your life now.
Yeah, no, I do get it. But I think that scene where he says, "She's the job," I think that is him saying, "You know I'm dying soon, and you know that you got to fucking step up to it." That's how I read that
when they're talking about like the medical documents, they're like, "Oh, we've made some like it's like something like structural adjustments."
That's it.
They say is like a rather than saying cancer.
Yeah.
Just go, "Oh, there's been some structural abnormalities or something."
Structural adjustments, I think, is what.
Yeah, and Winston Churchill's just like, "Well, that makes
to die."
I mean, it's cancer, doesn't it? Where's my cigar? Because obviously, I mean, and like, what I found weird is this they show sort of like the old iron lung stuff as well. Like he's got the face mask and he's like like
horrible.
a Darth Vader sort of thing.
Well, you were so subtle in pouring the whiskey.
Really quietly.
Clank.
I had to move them.
I don't know if I will watch more. I mean, I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I was going to. Tudors can get fucked. I'm not watching.
Oh yeah,
it
Tudors
ever again.
get fucked.
But that one, your Coke bottle says "original tart" on it. Where did you get it from?
Takeaway.
Yes, please. But no, I feel like I could get into The Crown if it weren't for Gilmore Girls and still watching that. But no, I definitely enjoyed it.
Would your like dislike of the royal family get in the way if you may be enjoying that as a TV show?
Well, no, because what it did is it made me think
Differently about the royal family.
Yeah, completely. And
would you not be interested to carry that on and see how, watching the whole the whole series might affect how you see them now?
But then, if it does, I wouldn't be against that, because if presented with new information, I don't change my mind. I feel like that would be worse for my own. That I want to stick to this idea of no, I don't like this for this reason. when presented.
What it
with
might
something that
do,
says
it
might be like this.
It could change your reasons.
Yeah, which I've got absolutely no problem with it doing.
But it could also sort of make you go, oh, I was right.
But okay, so equally,
so
there's no loss.
Yeah. I suppose what I've basically said is, watch it or don't watch it. You might be right.
But no. I think one of the most dangerous things you can do is hold on to an opinion, despite the fact that you've been presented with a new way of thinking that might change your reasons for thinking a certain way. If you then don't change it when based on new information, that's just dangerous. That's how we get Trump.
Yeah. But would it change your... Maybe I'll watch it. I told you, there's only 10 episodes at the moment.
Oh, there's more coming out in like a week.
Yeah, but there's only 10 right now.
But maybe. I mean, I did feel like it killed an hour on the train. So
maybe it could just be your train show.
But then I'd watch it like twice a year.
It's better than none a year.
I suppose. No, I don't know. I might carry on watching it. I did.
I really liked sort of just the actors and stuff that were in it. It was really well done. Like all the mannerisms to me seemed right and real. Especially having seen like Claire Foy in an interview, and like that's not how she talks. She's not that posh.
Fucking no, not. No, I don't know. I think it's gonna. I think it'll be the new Downton Abbey. This show.
Yeah, but it's better.
I never watched Downton Abbey.
Neither have I. I'm just assuming this is better because there's kings and queens.
Are there not kings and queens in Downton Abbey? There's gotta be.
And they probably mention them, but they're not actually in it. Although that's got Maggie Smith though, so maybe it's better. I don't know.
And Hugh Bonneville. And a dog called Isis, which is awkward in these turbulent times.
They're just like retrospectively cutting the dog out of the TV show.
Oh no, the dog died. So I don't know if that's directly because we should stop mentioning ISIS.
We're getting flagged on the internet.
What was it? There was a film or something I was watching recently where it's like someone got some bad news, or they'd done something to deliberately piss someone off, and someone asked, "Oh, how did they take the news?" Like, "Oh yeah, not too badly. Just sent me, an email with some strong words in it, and a link to an ISIS video." But
jeez.
I can't remember what that was. Oh,
what's weird is also, like ISIS is an Egyptian god, so it's a hard line to tread. But
I think it's the organisation in Archer as well.
Really?
Mm.
Well, I mean, I'll probably watch the rest of The Crown because I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I probably enjoyed it more, like a lot, as we both said, like more than we thought we would.
Definitely. Like I might have to have a look at what's going in it, but it could be top 5, like bottom end of top 5, but it could be top 5.
So 5.
Just technically.
What if we made it top 10?
Well, that would be a fucking ages.
And also, yeah, we've done like.
And also, I'm not sure there's 10 shows I've liked this year.
Really, I thought this year was a lot better than last year. Mostly because a lot of these are actually new shows to me.
Oh. I've been wearing a fez for the past 38 and a half minutes. And it's only now that I put it on, like, changed the angle a bit, and the little tassel bit just tickled my ear and I thought it was a massive spider. I freaked out. But yeah, no, The Crown definitely over the Tudors. I didn't like the Tudors that much.
Oh yeah, the Tudors was a piece of shit. I'm never going to watch it again.
No.
I want to actually forget that it ever happened.
Yeah.
Like, that whole period of history is dead to me now.
What's next on the list? It's Fargo and the Americans, isn't it?
Yes.
Wicked. I think I've seen the first episode of Fargo. I think, but like ages ago. And the Americans, I know Lisa's parents are really into it. So.
Oh really? I've read the synopsis about like spies.
Is that 22, 25 or 23?
22, 26.
Cool. I told you my eyes are getting worse. That's why we were losing at Rocket League.
Yeah.
Right.
Alright, knock this on the head. We're done. Cut and print.
Cut, print, centre, legal, all that.
Probably say goodbye.
Also, give us a follow on Instagram, and we're probably going to set up a Twitter page and a Facebook and everything like that. So, the Real Co-Pilots Podcast on Instagram. Follow us, please.
Or we'll kill you.